We have led life, and experiences we have in our life are invaluable. You will never get that feeling back. So why not just permanently carve it into the pages with the ink? I'll share one of my journal entry now. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for coming back. So today we will discuss about the importance of maintaining your own diary, also called journaling by many. But before this journaling term came into my life, I used to maintain just my diary. I was in high school when I started doing it. It was not intentional. I picked up a diary and I used to write, like, in India, a short poems, the couplets, the shairi. I used to do that. And one day my mom caught me and then I stopped maintaining a diary. Because in India, you never get privacy as kids like you get in America or Canada. Over my reminiscing of the fact this happened, but today we will discuss why we should maintain a diary as an adult kid or even as like a teenager. You need to regulate your emotion, your nervous system. You need to know what you're thinking. Because when you are thinking something, you think you're thinking something, but you're thinking something else. Your subconscious thoughts are something totally different than what you think you're thinking. It'll make sense in a bit when I'll explain why we should maintain a journal, okay? But this video is going to be why we should maintain a journal. The next coming video will be how you should start journaling. Not in the way that it'll feel a task for you, but in a way that it'll be fun and you'll want to do it. You'll look forward for the journaling thing. And it'll just be a fun. It'll not be an activity. And I feel like every single person should maintain a diary. It should not be something that should be incorporated in your life because you want to do something amazing in your life or something big in your life. It just should be a part in everyone's life. Because a matter of fact, we've studied animals, we've studied herbs, we have studied plants, but we have never took an initiative on studying human. And humans are ever evolving. Something you will say today, you might not agree with it tomorrow. Okay? And even if you start studying yourself as a human, only one individual, it will occupy the rest of your time because you'll never be truly able to understand yourself. Excuse me if there is like the background noise or something, I'll try to minimize it. But if not, please excuse. Okay, so let's jump into why journaling is important. Number one, it's the prevention and the cure for depression. In today's world, not many of us, like not even average, almost all of the individuals have some kind of mental health issue. Some are just aware of it. Some people just know it, but they tend to ignore it. They're like, oh, I'm fine. It's okay. Nothing's happening to me. But subconsciously, they know that something's happening. Something's wrong. We all are so stressed out. It could be related to your family, your relationship, your work, the other situations going around in your life. And we do not give ourselves time to think about it or talk about it. One, see, how is it prevention for depression? It's when you have any emotion going around in your mind or in your body, you just write it out. Before even jumping into the clinical depression stages, you just write it out and you cure it beforehand. You get more aware of what you're thinking. And once it is on the paper, you just can see it. Like if I'm writing something out, it's out of my mind. When it is in my mind, I cannot see it. I cannot actually articulate what I'm thinking. But when I write it down, I see it. I see what I'm thinking. And then you can see how this is going to benefit you or not. Sometimes you just come to the conclusion that there's no point thinking of it because it's uncertain and it's not in your control. Full stop. Prevention for depression. How can it be a cure for depression? I've never been into therapy, actually once. in 2021, I took 4 to 5 sessions with a psychologist. And there was one thing that I realized. I was not in the good mental state to actually observe things. I was just going through something that I needed to go through because I was like, I cannot do it. Okay. And there was one thing that I realized. It was 3 in the morning. I could not sleep. I emailed that doctor, hey, I want to talk right now. Because even though I had people in my life, I did not want to talk to the people in my life, like my people. I just felt like they will not understand what I'm saying. But as with the psychologist, she understood what I was saying. I don't know why I felt that way. I don't know if it was her approach of talking to me or having a conversation or some other reason. I still don't know it. But I felt very comfortable talking to her. I was not maintaining a diary at that time, or maybe I just started maintaining a diary. If I remember clearly, probably for a week or so, I started maintaining a diary. No, I was very inconsistent in maintaining my diary. Very inconsistent. I was not writing things. And even now, sometimes I feel like I should not write everything in my diary, like especially the negative things, because when I write it out, it's gonna be in my mind for a longer time because I'm gonna write it out and it's gonna be in my mind till I write it out, and I just don't want to think about it. So I don't write about it. But after 2 days, I'm like, I'm still thinking about that thing. So it was better for me to write it out. So I started writing out, and it stayed in the books. It stayed in my diary. It's there. I don't need to worry about it. It's out of my mind. It's not bothering me anymore. When you are in a session, you talk to that person. There are different reasons why you don't want to talk about your people. There are reasons like you might feel like they'll consider you inferior, or they'll judge you, or whatever your reasons are. But when you write something out, like having a conversation with a second person or a third person, you will feel heard or listened, honestly, and there'll be no judgment. So even if you're having therapy, even if you have psychologist sessions, write it down. Write it down to regulate your emotions, so it's better for you and the doctor you're seeing. So because even I feel like it's difficult for psychologists to understand you when, yes, they have studied or whatever, they have the degree, and that's why they are in the place of listening to you, and they can actually assume why you are doing this, but assumption is not always right. So when you start writing things, you actually know what to say. You become more articulate in conversing your mind thoughts into verbal words, if it makes sense. So it is a great way of preventing and curing depression. If you feel like you're going through any mental health issue, if you feel like you have something going on in your mind for so long, just write it out. Write it out. Believe me, it'll help you. Like, tear a page and write something that's bothering you and see how you'll feel tomorrow. I'm not saying journaling is for everyone. No, things are not for everyone. If maintaining a diary worked for me, it does not mean it'll work for you. You might not like it. So don't get a diary. Don't get a fancy diary like me. But I don't want to divert from the topic, but write one problem. Write one problem and see how you feel after you've written it out. And then comment down the video. At least I'll get to know something on how people will react from writing that one issue. And if you maintain a journal, very good. Very good. And if you're watching this video till now, I know you want to do it. I know you want to maintain one. So I'm proud of you. No one takes their attention span towards these kind of videos where they want to grow themselves. I'm proud of you. So let's just write one problem that's bothering you, and let's see, sleep over it and see how you're feeling the next day. Okay, good. And the second point is it improves your memory. When you write something out, it really does improve your memory. I remember when I used to be, I think in fourth grade or fifth grade, and we used to have examinations. My mom used to say, write it down and you'll memorize it faster. So here we are. When you write something down, you just, I think it just carves into your memory in special places, and some days it's just gonna hit you. Oh, this happened too. Right? Third, most important, in introspection. You need to know yourself. You need to know your patterns. When you write something out, you will know your patterns. You will know what you do in certain situations. You will get to know yourself better. And once you know your patterns, you will actually be really good in understanding your emotions, in understanding why you are feeling something, why you're feeling this way. And that way, you'll be very able in communicating or expressing your emotions. Like in relationships, it's very important to tell the other person how you're feeling, to tell your partner how you're feeling. But sometimes we are not able to do it. You know why? Because we ourselves don't understand what's happening. Do we? We do not understand what's happening to us. We're just like, shit, I don't even know what's happening. So once you start introspecting, you will know what's happening to you, and it'll be easy for you, and it'll be good for your relationship because you'll be able to communicate it to the other person. You can articulate it better. Next, it could be a source of inspiration from your own life. When you maintain a diary, we are like living life, and some of the phases in our life is same. We hit the rock bottom, we reach the peak. Sometimes we're in the middle, everything is stable, and then you're at the peak, it's very exciting, and then you just hit the rock bottom and you are just boom, right? You're stuck, you feel like there's no way out, don't you? It's the same thing in every single individual's life. So when you hit the rock bottom and you write it down, you write down, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what to do, I don't know how I will be able to get out of it. And then when next time you hit the rock bottom, it's your inspiration. You look at that entry in your journal diary, you read it out, and you're like, well, it's not as bad as this time. I got out of this, so I will get out of this. You know, does it make sense to you what I want to say? Like, I wish I could articulate it better to you. And sometimes I feel like you cannot always express your feelings. Sometimes I feel like your feelings are a language that you don't even know. And you are trying to learn it through introspection. So the next point, very funny, very personal to me. When I get old, or when you get old, or whoever maintains journal when they get old, and if you have any kind of memory loss issue, like for example, you met an accident and you hit your head and you forget everything, every single thing, or you caught a disease and you forget everything, at least you have your diaries to memorize your life, the eventful life you have had. You will not have to die with no memory at all. And these diaries are inspiration for many. If I don't get to meet my grandkids or my great grandkids or my kids, they will know me through my journal. They can read it. This is for them. Like, I am dead. Even if the worst of things I did is in this diary, and it sort of tells them how life is going to be, good for them. These things, see, We have led life, and experiences we have in our life are invaluable, because you will never be 15 years old feeling the feelings that you had when you had your first crush. Never. You will never be this many years old feeling the feelings of your first love. You will never be this many years old feeling the feeling that you have nothing figured out. You will never get that feeling back. So why not just permanently carve it into the pages with the ink? And sometimes you're just like, we are very stubborn kids, all of us. We all are overthinkers. So one day we'll think, oh my god, I'm stuck in this, and I hate world, I hate people, I don't want to deal with anyone. And second day you'll be like, I don't know what I was thinking yesterday. Those mood swings. And it's not only girls, it's boys too. You feel differently in different situations or different days. And I don't know scientifically, yes, for girls I know it's hormonal issues. Boys, it might be hormonal for you too, I don't know. But these are our feelings. We feel something one day, other thing other day. We love one person 1 minute and hate the same person the second minute. It's impossible to keep track of your emotions if you do not have a diary. If you do not have something or someone that you can explain your feelings to. Now, we are at the end of the video, I have decided that I'll share one of my journal entry. So I will not say particularly what I have written, but I'll say many of the things, okay? Like particularly as the issue I was talking about or the person I was talking about, no. Okay, so this is me talking to myself because I was overthinking something from like couple of days and I didn't wanted to write about it. But then eventually I had to because it was lingering around in my thoughts and racing my thoughts. So I made this entry on Valentine's Day, which is Feb 14th, okay? Okay, Taran, I want to talk to you. You are uselessly worrying, and one advice, don't talk with Dash on how this will happen. Do not ever worry about how. Why worry about the future that you don't even know? Your demon is pushing you to go into worry, think negative and whatnot, and you are letting your demons win thinking all the negative things. I agree it's good to be prepared in advance so you're not caught off guard, but only to a limit. There are 100% chances that this will happen in the best positive way. I have written, your God is way bigger than your overthinking. So always remember you are his child and he'll protect you in heavens and earth. See, I was just fool thinking and overthinking about the situations that'll happen in future. Because my demon is pushing me to think about it. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this video. I don't know if it's the best video or my best work. I do not know. I'm just doing my karma. I'm just doing what I need to do and what I feel good about doing. So I hope you like this video. If you did like this video, you can subscribe and press the bell icon, because next week I will upload the video on how to start journaling. And I have also created this, it's not a course, but sort of, I think, a beginner guided journal. This thing, it's like, you will not get the physical copy, of course, you'll get the digital. It's free. It's for anyone who wants to see if the journaling is for them. You can comment down if you want the guided journal, or you can email me, or you can DM me on Instagram. I will give you the PDF copy and you can see if this thing is for you or not. Or if you have any questions regarding journaling, any advices, any feedback, please feel free to reach out or comment down. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful time and I hope you had a great time watching this video. I hope this video was worth your time. Thank you.